Many people face adversity. Arthur Ashe faced adversity in the form of racism, but he did not allow this to slow him down from achieving his goals. Good afternoon, my name is Richard Amador, and today I'll be presenting a informative speech on the impact that Arthur Ashe had on tennis and the world around him. Mr. Ashe was born in Richmond, Virginia in 1943. When he was 7 years old, he began playing tennis, and by the time he was 18, he was good enough to receive a tennis scholarship to the University of California in Los Angeles. While he was at UCLA, Ashe became a nationally recognized tennis player. In 1963, he was selected to the U.S. Davis Cup team, which made him the first African American team member. In 1965, Ashe won the singles and doubles titles in the National Collegiate Championship. Mr. Ashe rose from his hometown's public courts and became the first African American male to reach prominence in tennis. Noted for his grace and hard hitting and his outstanding backhand, Ashe won the 1968 U.S. Open, the 1970 Australian Open, and 1975 Wimbledon titles. In 1970, Ashe was denied a visa by South Africa on racial grounds, which did not allow him to participate in the South African Open. Disturbed by this, Ashe forced the issue and appeared before the United Nations. Ashe urged the World Tennis Union to expel South Africa because of its apartheid policy. Ashe rallied public support, and as a result, in March of 1970, South Africa was excluded from the Davis Cup Championship. In addition to his success as a tennis player, Ashe not only spoke out against injustice, but he also raised awareness. In December 1992, he announced the creation of Arthur Ashe Institute for Urban Health in response to his concerns about the healthcare delivery in urban America. According to the mission statement, the Institute serves many purposes, and I quote, preventing illness and disease through health education and treatment in traditional and non-traditional settings, assuring availability of care through training in urban medicine and allied health disciplines, breaking down institutional and cultural barriers through urban health care conferences and seminars for professionals, seeking cures through research, building bridges through collaborations. At a very young age, Arthur Ashe began making an impact on the world that surrounded him through the sport of tennis. His impact as an outstanding collegiate player allowed him to continue his love for the game as a professional. Not only was he the first African American of the sport to be selected to the Tennis Hall of Fame, he also became an ambassador of that sport and stood up to prejudice. His commitment to social justice, health, and humanitarian issues left a mark on the world as impacting as his play was on the courts. There are many heroic people in history who face adversity and overcome it. Mr. Ashe overcame prejudice and became the best in his sport. Though he was often underestimated and put down, nothing stopped him from achieving his goal. Arthur Ashe transcended the sport of tennis, but will be remembered more as the humanitarian that he was. Arthur Ashe died in 1993. This concludes my informative speech. You have a good afternoon. Thank you.